Alright. Alright, I think I fixed it. There. It should be fixed now. My internet decided to be stupid and everything. I'm back, right? Please tell me I'm back. Alright. I'm back, right? Uh, my stream is working again, correct? Please tell me it's working. It just crashed for whatever reason. Alright. Oh, I am back. Sweet. Sorry about that. Internet broke. You know how it is. Alright, come on! End already! One soul and 6 hours remaining, and we have it's a meteor storm in like 7 hours. Great. That's just great. Oh yes, and that's right. I need to connect a power cable up to this thing. Alright. Oh yeah, that's right. This thing needs a wire as well.
Funding received.
Wait, what? I just, oh, it's because of this thing. Right. Rare metals are exported over there. Cool. Alright, well. Power cable.
Research complete.
So, what I'm seeing is that I need to make my own little thing up here. One soul and 3 hours remaining, and yeah, everything feels like it's going south right now. Probably because it is.
Resources are low.
Cool, I don't care. Oh great, the oxygen tanks aren't working. Insufficient power. Requires 30. This is producing 24.2. If in doubt, just build an advanced Stirling generator. It'll work. Without a doubt. Water. Perfect. Wait, no. I should keep it closed. And now this thing will start working its magic. 23 hours! I don't know how long I can wait for this to finish anymore. Oh, of course, it needs
Sector
repair.
10, anomaly found.
There. I'm just slowly scanning everything. I want to look down this thing, but you can't. They knew that people would try that. So they just made it so the camera has a max angle. Warning, mission suspended due to dust storm and still waiting for refuel. Oh, great, and there's a leak. I'm never gonna be. Oh, it's right there. Alright. I need a rover. Let's get an RC transport into here. And make it high priority. You people on the stream can hear me, right? It's been awfully quiet, so I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I can't wait to finally bring people here so we can have something that's self-sufficient. Alright, your job is to come up here, load up concrete, unload it here. I want to land it! But the dust storm is still going on. Okay, has my chat... Either my chat is just decided to be quiet, or my chat isn't displaying for me. Oh, great. All of these need repairing. Yep, that's just great. Oh! Okay. Launch. Space elevator. Bring me resources. Okay, you know what? We don't need rockets anymore. Because we've got a space elevator. Hold on. If I just go over here... Oh, you can't see it. I was hoping you could see it. Alright, anyways.
Funding received.
Hey! Funding! Payloads currently coming down. I don't know why I'm making such weird noises. Alright, now what? I just wait is all I need to do now, actually.
We have a delivery on the space elevator.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yes. And wait, where did the delivered resources go? 'Cause if we look over here...
Resources are low.
Resources in, resources out. Oh. Oh, they're literally stored in there. Alright, well, Those resources are low? Okay. There. There we go. It's just like, oh, those resources are low? Excuse me while I just order some more.
Research complete. Milestone achieved.
Sweet. So, let's see. New Spire building. The Moxie upgrade. The low G fungi. Okay, cool. That's all cool. What the? Oh, wait.
Resources are low.
Oh my gosh, something actually moves on it? I did not realize that. Because, just watch. Oh, there it is. There is literally a pod.
Space elevator.
That is insane. Wait. Oh, imagine if we could actually order these little dudes performing maintenance. Cool. Imagine that. That'd be great. Oh, look, meteor storm in 0 hours. High priority. High priority. All of these are now high priority objects. Because without them, we're screwed, basically. That's the nice way of putting it. There. And we still got 10 hours left. Okay, that little dude's fixing it. That's good. Oh, great. That's just what was needed. And as long as that thing doesn't malfunction, we're safe. But if it does... Oh, required payload. Oh. Wait, it has one drone. The heck is that drone? Where is it? So it needs 50 fuel, so it needs 44 more fuel, 29 more electronic parts, and 43 more metals. Cool. There. Great, where's this? Okay, it's still here. And this little dude's fixing it. Yes. Yes, fix it, little dude. You are the future of this colony. Oh, great. Can I just have 0 leaks? You know what? 5 hours. Come on, 4, 4, 4. Yes. I'm going to wait until it gets to 0. One hour. Come on. We're so close. So close to finishing. 0 hours. Oh, wait, what's wrong here? Oh, great. Those have been disabled by lightning strikes. But, yes. Power production is back up. This thing, all those solar panels combined can produce like 300 electricity, so that's neat. You know what? No, not you. You can trade route. No, wait, no. Trade route. Here, you can load rare metals, and you can unload them
Research complete.
over here. Now you, why aren't you doing your route? Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, look, YOLO was ready to go. But instead, I'm gonna send it somewhere else. YOLO. Alright. Oh. Cancel. How about over here? It needs an RC transport. Great. Alright, B. Rover. High priority. It's here. What was this carrying? 20 drones. Yes.
Milestone achieved.
Wait, what? Wait, what did it just take? What? Did it just take my concrete, dude? I think it did. Alright, well, you've now got a route. Load over here concrete. Unload concrete here.
Sector scanned.
There. Cool, sector scanned. Alright, now what? You know what, here. Work restrictions. Restrictions. I'm putting work restrictions on all of these just so those who want to, they know what they're getting into. Enforce specialists. Enforce specialists, yes. Okay, there. This place is actually looking pretty neat. First humans on Mars. Not if I have anything to say about it. Nah, I don't care. They can land over here. There. There. Alright, now how many drones does this have under control? 32. Neat. Alright. Water. Better. Now what? I guess I
Funding
just watch.
received.
Yes. We just got tons of funds. There. Now you got no drones.
Breakthrough discovered.
Actually, it needs to stay there. Cool. Slowly but surely, we will soon get people on this planet. First, though, I think we need... So, we'll have 3, like, work rockets. And then we'll just have a passenger rocket. You know what? I think it's time we get people on here. Filter. We only want... So, currently, there are 470... Hold on. You know what? Let's just remove everything. And see what we get. So, we got 760 applicants. Specialization. No specialization is not accepted. We've now got 479. Now, we need geologists, engineers. So, engineer, geologist, and botanist. Officer, and this will, okay. No need for science. Sex, we want female and male. No other. Alright, perks. All are accepted. Flaws. All are denied. Quirks. Quirks. Sure, gurus, tourists, doesn't work. Grants 10 million funding on arrival, leaves at first opportunity. After 5 Sol, more tourists appear when tourists successfully return to Earth. Yeah, no tourists. Vegan. Applicants with more of the desired traits will board the rocket. Applicants with any of the undesired traits will be rejected. Don't worry, they'll tell you. Should we have vegans? Yes, they must be vegan. And finally, age group. Child, no. Youth. Okay, no. Middle age. Play. Alright, we've got 91 people. We've got botanists, and you know what? Specialization, let's get rid of officers. Alright, we've got geologists, and botanists. You know what? Only botanists, how about? There. For now, we'll only have botanists. Botanists, I don't know. Wait, we got 2 medics in here. Okay, that's good. What should I... I'm trying to think of a clever name. That's the best name I can think of. What do you mean? Alright, there. Production, we are producing 1600 volts. I'm just going to say that those are volts. We have stored 14,000 volts, and the total demand is only at 277. So, we're good. Anyways, Dome is always needing upkeep. And we're getting colonists here. We are getting colonists. They're 2% of the way here. Anyways, there are geologists and medics. Wait, cover crops. Very low yield, but increases soil quality significantly, improving the yield of the next crop. Cover crop, then we will have low yield, but grows fast and requires less water. Good yield, but grows slow and depletes the soil, causing reduced yield of the next crop. Low yield and grows slowly, but improves the soil, increasing the yield of the next crop. Let's go wheat and wheat. Meanwhile, over here, we'll have cover crop, wheat, and wheat. In fact, actually, why have cover crop? So, water consumption, 1.6. Growth time, 2 souls, 17 and 0.3. Oh, wait. So, 0.3, these all, so 1.6, 2.4, 2.4, and 2. 2 souls, 5 souls, 5 souls, 5 souls. Alright, so instead, okay, wait. 17, 55, 12, and 40. You know what? Soybeans, and then a bunch of wheat. Here comes. It's coming down slowly. All right. Oh, Jeremy's here. Hold on. Let me unmute him. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, look, it's back. Okay.
Sorry, my mic's really sensitive today.
All right, wait. What was the point of that mission? Project Redwood. Send expedition. Should I send the Friendship 2 or the YOLO? Jeremy.
YOLO.
Yeah, you think I should send the YOLO? Okay. Alright, it just needs to refuel now. In fact, you know what? Let's see. Life support. Let's put a large water tank here. And let's put a bunch of, okay, I need to wait actually. So, place that all the way down that way, and place that all the way down this way. Then, moisture vaporizers. No! Okay, excuse me for a moment.
Okay.
Alright, I am back.
I'm trying to disarm a bomb in this game.
Oh, nice. Well, I hope you do well.
I don't know what the frick I'm doing.
Okay, then I don't know what I should say now. Oh, smacked my mic. Alright. My people are 15% of the way here. What other projects are there? There's Project Savannah. I'll send friendship number 2 there.
Research complete.
Cool, alright.
I'm so confused right now.
Great.
And I only have about 7 minutes left to do this.
Oof. That is not a lot of time.
Well, if you die, it's all thanks to me.
Yeah, I know who I'll be blaming, so this requires, these each require 1 water, and these, the current production is at 4.8, so. In fact, you know what?
Sector scanned. Funding received.
Sweet.
I'll just cut all these wires.
You know what? That's life support. Let's place a few more pipes down here. And get a few more fuel refineries.
Cold wave approaching.
Alright, well, that reminds me, I need to put some heating here. Subsurface heater.
Okay, I'm just gonna quit and restart this.
Alright. Are
I'm
you
running
eating
away.
something?
Everyone died. Okay, everyone died.
There. A cold wave is approaching. It requires colonists. I don't have colonists. Oh.
Okay, I think I might have clicked a different game.
Alright.
Okay, I thought beginner, so hopefully this will be easy.
A cold wave is
Yeah, this
approaching.
is
I must
easy.
act fast.
Well, at least I think it's easy.
There. Currently, let's just deactivate that.
Okay, so now I have about 9 minutes
Oh,
to
great.
do
It
this.
needs. This one also needs colonists. Oh, and this one's close to launching. Come on, we just need one more thing of
Even
fuel.
beginner is
Here it
hard.
comes. Here's the last thing of fuel. And it goes in. It is now ready for launch. It's launching. In fact, hold on. You know what?
Yay. I'm so confused right now, even for beginner. Thomas Edison. What could that mean for
Here, there it go, and it's off. All right, exports are now forbidden until further need. We need this thing is what. Okay, okay, that's quite a bit. Are you eating something over there?
Why can't I just cut the wires to the bomb? I'm just gonna quit. Run away. The ball blew up. All thanks to me. I don't like it.
So this thing is not producing enough water. So each of these requires one, and that's 5 of them. Now this thing is currently producing 4.8. Okay, so that means if I
Research complete.
get one more, I'll have enough. So where could I place it? Dude, are you eating something over there, or is that your keyboard?
Oh, that's a clicking sound from this bomb.
Ah.
I'm trying to use in the game.
Oh, I already know we're all dead, so. It's just like, how great
killed
of you to
2
think so
people.
highly of your friends. Okay.
I'll try to defuse this. I already killed 22 people.
You've already killed
Sector
22
scanned.
people.
Anomaly found.
Yeah. 35, 35, 36. Three, 5, 6, 3, 5.
Oh, okay. Storage. Machine parts storage. And polymer storage.
Research complete. Resources are low.
Alright, unload your resources here. Oh, auto-saving. So here we will not accept metals, concrete, food, rare metals, polymers, or machine parts, or fuel.
New colonists have arrived.
Wait, this was the colonist ship? Wait. Oh. Oh, that was for colonists. Okay. Great. That's absolutely great.
Sector scanned.
Full of hope and determination.
Yes. Alright. Founder stage has begun. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna power these. Do I hear
No, I guess.
SpongeBob?
Yeah. My cousins are here and they're watching it. Well,
Okay.
22 got killed because I ran away. That's 44 people I already killed.
Good job.
Okay, how to play.
I've finally got colonists.
Research complete.
You would think beginner is easy, but it is not. Oh no, not a hospital. Who knows how many people are here?
Oi, it's ready? Ready for takeoff. Okay, wait. Isn't it supposed to go on to next? Yeah. Oh. Wait, what? Friendship 2. Oh, wait, hold on. So... Death is there. Okay. I just screwed a few things over. That's nice. Farm. Infirmary. They are a medic. Farm. Infirmary. Farm. Wait, it's because... Oh. Farm. Infirmary. Farm. Come on. There. Much better. Ah, this is great. So, Death is currently going there. Project Redwood. Crew needed 10. Okay, I can't afford to do that. Crew needed 4. Okay, I still can't do that. Okay, let's send the YOLO here. And... what's this? Alright, oh, and that is currently underway. That's also underway, so... no, close. So, we're good. Alright. Gold wave in 3 souls, 3 hours. I think the Friendship 2 can be launched back to Earth. We really don't have much use for it here. Let's quickly replace... Alright. To space you go. High priority right now. Oh wait, the cold wave is in 4 hours. Alright, what's its what's this guy's, what is this range? That is good range. You know what? I could up the range on this thing. Alright, that's not needed. Founder stage. Remaining duration 9 souls, 4 hours. Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay.
Breakthrough discovered.
Oh wait, it's a breakthrough. What's this? Oh. Ah yes, it's this thing. Oh look! We got these things flying around. Woo! There. That makes up some
Well,
space.
I killed 79 people. This is way too hard.
Alright, cold wave in 1 hour. Alright, turning on the subsurface heaters. As the cold wave comes in. The cold wave is here. The cold wave is here. And this is not a problem. Alright. Maybe I should put a few more of these around. Wait, what? Oh no. That's not good. Priority is a maximum. Oh, we don't even have any.
Research complete.
No, death is now minimum priority.
The photo I just DM'd you is a demon my little cousin drew.
That was a horrible time for this thing to break down.
Okay, I'm playing a bomb defuse. This is supposed to be realistic on Google Play Store had a 3.0 rating, so oops.
Come
I'll see what I
on.
have to do.
Okay, going to solar panel, that's fine. No, you're not going to the oxygen tank. What's going... What's fixing this? Come on. This needs to be fixed immediately. If it is not fixed immediately, the colonists will have
Sector scanned.
absolute...
Milestone achieved.
For the first time, a human has been born on.
What?
It's truly a unique.
I'm gonna see if your stream works today.
Okay. Colonists have always felt like a family, but what makes the family stronger and more united is promise of new life and better future. Okay. Come on. You're fixing it. The hero. Five free supply pods? Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Alright, what do I want?
It's not working.
You know what? I'll just take a bunch of drones. Still not working for you, huh?
Well, I am on Android, and Twitch, I'm pretty sure did have an update recently, so
So wait, you're watching on Twitch?
yeah.
Okay, here's a suggestion. Try YouTube, or Mixer, or even Discord.
Watching SpongeBob at 12:41 a.m. because I don't care. I'm actually not watching it. I can't even.
Oh, this is just amazing looking, and we've
But
got
up on YouTube.
we've got a
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed.
okay. Wait, where's the child? It's highlighted a child. Wait, where is it? Where is it? I must know where the child is. Okay, this place is actually insane. Where is it?
Yay, YouTube's working.
Good. Okay, this is crazy. Alright, I need a...
Wait, one of your bases looks like a fidget spinner.
that's not a base, that is a space elevator.
Oh. So it looks like a fidget spinner.
Yep.
You can't ruin my childhood. Because it's already ruined. You can't ruin something you already ruined.
Oh, wait. Wait, then what was it that needs the... Oh, it's...
Breakthrough discovered.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard my. I haven't heard what I sounded like on
Stream.
on the internet. Like, I haven't made a video in a while, so I don't know. I swear, if you watch one of my oldest videos and a video that's one of the newest, I have a big voice difference. I swear, I was on a level 11 for the squeal in like 2016 or 15.
Alright, just stretch this all the way out.
Research complete. Milestone achieved.
Atomic accumulator. You know what? Oh, the landing pods are here, which means, like, okay, each of these held 8, and that's 5 of them. That's 40 new drones. Or, yeah, they're drones. No.
My phone's running out of storage.
Wait.
My system takes up most of the storage which I'm thinking about.
Oh, there it is.
I'm very, very mad right now.
Okay. Oh, that is a crazy amount of drones right there. 79 out of 100. You're never gonna need that many, but... Okay, and let's just keep that at a high priority. Alright. Exports are now allowed again. Okay, 62 out of 100, 40 out of 100. Sweet. Yes, this looks insane. I love it. Oh, there goes the space elevator. It's currently exporting 1 rare metal. You know what? Charging stations are needed for these guys. There.
Funding received.
Our very own SETI satellite has been delivered and launched into Martian orbit. It is now operational and will contribute towards the decades-old mission of finding signs of intelligent life somewhere elsewhere in the galaxy. Yes. Traveling to Earth.
I believe in it.
Sorok is going to... Returning from special project. Yes. Yes.
I'm so ticked off right now. I can't free up
Wait,
any
how many
storage.
drones is... This thing's controlling 87 drones. I just click on it and it highlights literally every drone.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Oh, nice. All right, landing rocket. Oh, the YOLO is off. YOLO is off to a mission.
Research complete.
Power Rangers. Let's go play Power Rangers on Nickelodeon.
I don't know.
Probably the new
Oh, this is great.
bull crap.
This colony is going, it's literally insane. Oh, this rocket is now off. Yes. Yes. And it is off to the high-speed comm satellite. Remaining time, 4 souls, 3 hours. Ooh, we're low. Are
No
we're
offense,
low
but-
already?
A single word you're saying right now.
Oh no, we're low. Okay,
Anomaly analyzed.
I could send this one back, or are there any anomalies that I can scan, that I can get to? Oh yeah,
Wait,
flying to
Sam, your
is
son
flying,
plays the role in
flying.
the new Addams Family?
This requires 10 crew members, which I cannot do. So, this dude is going to stay here until needed.
Funding received.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, space elevator. We need tons of this. And also space elevator. We need tons of this. We are now receiving tons of literally everything. You know what? That is an excellent screenshot. Photo filter. No. Black and white 2, 3. Bleach bypass. Orton. Or cover art.
When your friend tells a joke
No.
you don't understand, but you laugh along with it anyway, and your friend asks if you understand. Well, crap. Here we go.
Motion blur, none. Vignette, no. Exposure. Yeah. Fog density. Yeah. Depth of field. Focus depth. Bloom strength. Time of day. Gameplay indicators off. Take screenshot. Sweet. Screenshot taken. Okay, that's a lot different. Save game. Let's auto save. Soul. Wait, what soul are we currently on? We are currently at Soul 19. Okay, auto save over this. Soul 19. Okay. And now that's about it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It's definitely tons of fun for me, and hopefully it was tons of fun for you. Thank you for anybody who actually joined in. It is very helpful. 100 followers on Twitch, or 100 followers on Mixer, or 100 subscribers on YouTube. I am going to start doing Facecam. Either one has to hit 100. Currently, the closest is Twitch, so go over there if you want to. And, well, otherwise, I will see you next time. Goodbye.